with strategic presentations on key focus areas geared at propelling the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands forward in the year 2020, the annual Senior Management Retreat was deemed a success. Department heads and selected members of staff were brought together in a two-day seminar-like session and shared in presentations and discussions as they refocus efforts of implementation in accordance with the 2020 budget allocation for agriculture. Youth in agriculture, entrepreneurship in agriculture, and enhancement of the source of industry were some of the worthy mentions coming out of the retreat. Being part and parcel of the two-day event was Permanent Secretary Elvis Moraine. He speaks on the objective of the event held recently at the National Stadium.
It came on the backdrop of the budget preparation and our rate of implementation, and we thought it was necessary for us to pool our senior management team as well as some selected officers to really delve into how we would want to see our implementation being done in 2020. So today basically we are going to look at the vote that is with Ministry of Agriculture, the allocation there. We are going to come up with a proper plan, an implementation plan as well as a cash flow focus, so that we can properly timetable our activities next year and we can have proper implementation.
The Inter-American Institute for Cooperation in Agriculture, ICA, has been instrumental in many of the successes spoken about in the industry. ICA's national specialist, Derek Charles, was part of the event and recounts what stood out most for him.
The implementation of certain plans will not be done like in silos, but people are going to come together and work to the benefit of the agriculture sector on a whole. There are a number of things that I learned here that are critical to the development of the agriculture sector in terms of the plans and projects. One of those things is the modality in which they should approach the work, meaning that they should be aligned to the different goals, for example, the medium-term agenda, the Sustainable Development Goal, and the Sustainable Development Plan. And the second part of it is the actual rolling out of those plans. How do they go about planning so it can fit into the different developmental goals, sustainable plans, and the like.
Chief Veterinarian Livestock Officer Dr. Kimon Cummins explains the importance of such a session to the new faces of the ministry.
It's a good learning experience for, I would say, for the young persons that actually just joined the ministry as to how to develop a proper work plan and what's the expectations as we move forward in terms of implementation and how things normally operate, so that we don't end up in the same problems as previous years where you have certain programs that probably stood back on the back burner because persons would have done other things apart from what's really in the work plan.
Supervisor of the Northern Agricultural District, Maximus Lazarus, is optimistic that this could be a new turning point for the sector.
Very good retreat. I think it gives a platform, a takeoff for a new beginning, for a new scope, to have things organized. Because sometimes when you evaluate what has been happening in the past, it's not the way it should be in terms of implementation of projects as such. So that two-day workshop was a very good beginning to start for the going forward, the way you could implement projects and make an impact on the agricultural sector.
For the Ministry of Agriculture, I am Karima Lewis.